If you search through YouTube, you can find thousands of wonderful makeup tutorials from licensed makeup artists to the self-taught artists like myself. Since I'm always giving people my suggestions on products, I thought it might be nice to suggest some of my favorite makeup gurus. These creators are truly artists and help to make you beautiful inside and out. So for the next year, you'll be seeing me recreate one of my favorite makeup looks from gurus that I subscribe to here on YouTube, once every week. That's 52 looks from 52 of my favorites. So let's get started on this week's Beauty Gurus from A to Z. Welcome to week 4 of Beauty Gurus from A to Z. This week I'm bringing you a recreation from AprilAthena7. April does it all from beauty to baking, from being a mom to being a wonderful wife. This week's recreation is her date night makeup, get ready with me style. This look is perfect for bringing a bit of brightness and fun to your eyes quickly and easily. So let's jump on out of the shower and get working on this date night look. As soon as I get out of the shower, I apply my Boots Botanic Facial Oil, which is 100% organic, and it really just moisturizes the skin really nicely. I take a few drops of this formula and I place it in the palm of my hand, and then I work it into the face. It's always best if your skin is a bit damp so that the oil actually sinks into the skin a bit more easily. I kind of push the product into my skin rather than really doing a rubbing motion so that it has a chance to really sink into the layers of skin. I follow up the facial oil with a bit of eye cream. In this case, I use my Mario Badescu Hyaluronic Eye Cream, and I apply this with the tip of my fingertips. I take a bit, rub it in between both of my ring fingers, and then using a patting motion, apply it to my under eye area, as well as any excess I apply to my lids. The moisturizer I've been loving is my Mario Badescu Buttermilk Moisturizer, and I apply a bit of this on the back of my hand, and then using my fingertips, I dot it all over my face. This just helps me distribute the product evenly, and then I just go ahead and massage it in with my fingertips. This moisturizer is super effective in taking away my dryness and my severe dry skin right now, but at the same time, I want to really make sure that I apply the majority of the product around the areas of my nose and eyebrows where I've been seeing a lot of patchiness, and then of course, I never forget my neck. I featured this next product in my collective haul, which is the Lucas Paw Paw Ointment, and I'm just taking a bit of it, it's kind of like Vaseline, and I'm applying it to my lips. This stuff is super moisturizing, it sinks in so well. It doesn't have the best taste, it doesn't have the best smell, but all I know is that my lips thank me for it every single time I use it. Now it's time to deal with this wet hair. I take it out of my Turby Twist and I use it to actually just squeeze a bit more of that excess moisture out of the ends. I have so much hair and I need to make sure that I don't cause a lot of breakage, so I always make sure that I'm squeezing rather than rubbing. I use my It's a 10 leave-in conditioner basically for detangling and that shine and conditioning property that it gives. It's amazing stuff. It can be on the pricey side, but I really want to make sure that I take care of my hair the best I can. So I spray a liberal amount of this throughout my entire head of hair. I use my wet brush to work out any of the tangles at the bottom of my hair, which always happens after a shower. And what I do is I grab all of my hair at the bottom, kind of in a loose ponytail in my hand, and I use the wet brush to work out any knots or tangles. I do this very slowly, and it kind of helps to distribute the conditioner that I just sprayed in, so the brush slides through the hair easily, and I don't have a lot of breakage or split ends because of it. I slowly work my way up the shaft of my hair towards the roots, and I use this technique so I cause as little breakage as possible. Next, I apply my macadamia nut heating oil spray just to the very ends of my hair. My hair is dyed ombre at the very bottom, so I need a little bit extra TLC there. So this macadamia nut oil really does help to give it a little bit more shine and a little healthier appearance. I spray a little bit of the oil and then I work it through with my brush slowly but surely. To dry my hair, I use my Revlon retractable cord hair dryer. I don't have any expensive or fancy hair dryer. I got this one at Target, and I use it on the highest heat setting, which is hot, and also the highest power setting, which is high. I'm not using any particular rhyme or reason when I'm drying my hair. I kind of like to start at the top, closer to my roots. I blast it with some heat, and then I kind of work away in sections. So I'll do the sides of my hair, the top crown area, then the underside of it. I kind of just want to keep the hair dryer moving so I don't cause a lot of damage with the heat, but that I also get a bit of lift by concentrating the heat at the roots first rather than down the length of my hair. So I just use this process slowly but surely. It takes me about 15 minutes to dry my hair, and then I take the dryer and put it in the cool setting so that I can actually set the cuticles of my hair to close. When you do blow dry your hair and you use a heat setting on it right afterwards, it's always best to close the cuticles, to close the shafts of your hair, and it actually does make your hair a bit shinier. So I do this every single time, give my face a little bit of a blow as well, so any of the heat from the hair dryer doesn't, overheat me and make me all sweaty before I put my makeup on. But I do just take my time, and it takes me approximately 15 minutes to do this entire process. Okay, so now that I'm done with my hair, let's go ahead and move on to the face. To prime my face, I'm using my YSL Touche Éclat Blur Primer. This stuff is amazing with these little flecks of gold in there. It actually does fill in all of the fine lines, and it makes my face feel amazing. It does kind of blur the surface of it, but on top of that, it also gives my face a nice slip so that the products that go on top of it apply really nicely. To conceal my under eye area, I'm using my new Ultra HD Makeup Forever concealer. This stuff is so nice. I have medium tan color, and the applicator is a nice little ball tip with a little pinhole for the product to come out of. So you just apply this with the applicator, and you use actually a tiny bit. It looks like a lot, but that's actually not a lot of product. So I just go ahead and put it in my normal areas right underneath my eyes, and then I use a damp beauty blender to blend it all out. For my foundation, I'm using my Touche Éclat foundation from YSL, and this is in the color Warm Amber, and it just really moisturizes my face well. I've been loving Urban Decay's, Naked Skin Foundation forever, but it doesn't give you that medium to full coverage where this one completely does. It's fully blendable. I dot a bit of the foundation around my face, and I use the bottom of my beauty blender to blend it out. And once you start working with it, you notice that it is the perfect shade of foundation for my skin. On top of that, it gives you kind of a dewy finish, and it looks super natural. I don't look like a cake face. I don't have all of these dry patches peeking through. It just blends really well and looks so skin-like. And I've been loving this foundation and getting a lot of compliments on how well my skin looks, and it's really just a foundation. For my brows, a really quick and easy way to get them done is using the brow definer from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the new brow product that she has, a new pencil. I'm using dark brown. It has a spoolie on one end, so of course I'm going to use that to tame my brow hairs. And then on the other side, there is a pencil product that is actually not a pointed pencil in the traditional sense of the word, but a pyramid shaped pencil that is wider on one end and pointed at the other, so it actually makes doing your eyebrows go much more quickly, and it actually fills in spaces with a lot of product without much effort. So I use the pointed tip to line underneath the eyebrow, and then I use the wide tip to fill it in. To get the eyeshadow started, I'm using my NYX Nude Matte Shadow in the color Dance the Tide, which is my typical transition color. I'm using a super fluffy brush to apply this to my lids as well as to the crease area. It's a great transition color, especially for somebody who's tan. If you're not and you want to use a bit more of a beigey color, you're completely welcome to. Just use something that warms up your skin and a shade or two darker than your natural skin tone. And using small circular motions, make sure that you blend out this product well so that it's a wash of color and not a block of color. As always, I'm taking my fluffy blending brush that's nice and clean and I'm blending out the edges of that transition color. To keep the same purple theme that April did, I'm using my Wet n Wild palette in Flirting After the Party. This is a great, cool, purpley toned palette, and before I place any shadows on, I'm going to take a NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Milk and just put it on the lid. Because I do want the purple shadow to actually show up on my skin tone, this is a perfect base to do that with. So the first color that I'm going to take is one that has the word crease on it, and it is a purpley pink color, and I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush to push this in to the lid area. Make sure you get this shadow all the way from your lash line up to the crease area. Next, I'm taking a fluffy shadow brush and the color that has definer on it. It's the bottom dark purple color, and I'm putting this just into my outer corner. April didn't do this in her look, but for my hooded eyes, I want to make sure that I have some dimension and some depth in the outer corner so that my eyes don't look pulled down. So this is the easiest way for me to do that. I'm taking the brighter pinky purple and I'm placing this right above that lid color and the outer corner color just to add a bit of brightness. And to finish up the eye look, I'm using that definer color underneath the lower lash line. For the lips, I'm using my Infallible Pro Matte Gloss, and this is the color 512 Fuchsia Amnesia. It's a beautiful, super bright pink color, and it looks very similar to the color that April used in her look. So these purples, browns, and pinks all go really well together, and it's just really bright and fun. It's kind of that color combination that is perfect for us right now because we're going into that spring time of year. So I apply the color with the doe foot applicator included in the product, and I'm really just making sure to get really good coverage because I'm going to be topping this with the gloss a little later. Since I'm not using falsies for this look, I am going to go ahead and make sure I curl my lashes starting at the base, and then I'm applying a bit of mascara. In this case, it's my Maybelline Lash Sensational, and I actually love this mascara. It has a great applicator that is bigger on one end than the other, and I'm applying this mascara to both the top and lower lashes. A couple of coats on each just to make sure that my lashes are nice and thick. It doesn't give a lot of length to my lashes, but there definitely is a lot of fullness to them. So I just take my time, especially in the lower waterline or the lower lash line, because I want to make sure that the lashes are nice and defined and don't disappear. To contour my face, I'm using my ColourPop bronzer in the shade Happy Hour. This Super Shock cheek is amazing. It's got great pigmentation. I'm using an angled contour brush to apply this into the hollows of my cheeks. It adds great dimension and helps to make my face a bit slimmer. So I take it into the cheek area, the jawline for sure, into the hairline, just to make sure that the forehead is a bit more minimized. And then of course what I do to one side of the face, I do to the other. The blush I'm choosing to use is Mochi from ColourPop. It's another Super Shock cheek color, and these formulas are amazing. They feel creamy, but they're actually powder. And I'm just making sure to concentrate this on the backs of my cheek because I do have chubbier cheeks and I don't want to make my face any rounder than it already is, but it just gives the cheeks such a nice and natural flush. For my highlight, I am using a Butterfly Beach from ColourPop, and again, it's another Super Shock cheek product, and this is an amazing highlighter. Even though it looked a little bit dark in the camera, this highlighter actually is a perfect champagne-y color. it would complement so many skin tones, and it gives that bit of brightness and that bit of shimmer and shine to the higher points that I'm applying to on my face. I'm using a purple liquid liner from Kat Von D. It's one of her lightning liners, and this is in the shade Poe, which is a beautiful purple color, which is perfect for this look. And I'm using it against the lash line. This is a glittery, beautiful eyeliner, very similar to that one that April used in her look. And I'm kind of dragging it out like a little cat eye in the very end, kind of like a little flick, but I'm just really trying to put down the color so the purple pops. To line my eyes, my upper and lower waterline, I'm using my Marc Jacobs gel liner pencil, and this is in the color Blacker, and it's a retractable pen, so I'm going to use it to line the upper waterline, and then of course I'm going to go ahead and align the lower waterline as well. I take my finger, push it in, I don't pull down the lid, and then I apply a bit of the liner into the lower waterline. For my gloss, I'm using my Revlon Ultra HD Lip Lacquer, and this is in the color 510 Tourmaline. This is a beautiful, bright pink color that complements the previous lip color that we put on, the Infallible lip color that we put on earlier. It just adds a bit of shine and a bit of dimension to the lips, and it's just so beautiful and pretty. To finish up the look, I'm using my Maybelline Brow Drama in deep brown, and I'm applying this to get those brows under control, get that pencil locked in, and those hairs really put in place. And that's the finished look. I just need to take off this headband, run my fingers through my hair to add some volume back into it, and really that is date night look done. This is such a pretty and fun and bright look from April. It's super simple to do. You guys can sub in any color if you guys wanted to, but the purple and pink I think just complement so many skin tones. It's a very easy technique. You only use a couple of products to achieve this look, and it's quick. So if you want to get home from work, take a shower, and get out the door to date night, this is the look for you. I will link off April's channels below so that you can know what she and her husband are up to, her little boy Liam. Check out another one of her videos, whether it be cooking or baking. She's just a fantastic person to watch. So again, always be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, and don't ever be afraid to be your perfectly imperfect you. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now. If you like this look and you want to see the original video I took my inspiration from, click on the video above. If you'd like to connect with me, all of my links are in the description box below. Thank you to all of the wonderful YouTube artists that bring so much beauty into our lives. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.